So when I was a kid, I loved to read more than anything in the world. I would read all the time. I was known in my school up until about sixth grade as the kid who was reading all the time because every time there was a break in class, uh, if we weren't doing something important, or sometimes if we were doing something important, I would pull out a book and start reading. And then I would go home later that day and read at home too. And I would read any kind of stories. It didn't matter what kind they were or how well written they were, even really. It was more about I just had such a desire to learn more about life, and reading fiction was my favorite way to do that. And my favorites were always the fantasy stories like Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, or Lord of the Rings. I would read those books over and over again until the covers were torn. And a lot of times I would like to insert myself as the protagonist of one of the stories and imagine that I was in the story, or I would even make up my own stories. I remember one time when I was really little, I made up this superhero named Everything Man, and his power was that he could do literally anything. And the way he decided it was best to use this was by fighting crime by shooting diamonds out of his belly button. And I would make little paper cutout guys and film them beating each other up and stuff. And it seems silly looking back on it now, but at the time, it was just a way of exercising my imagination. And over the years, as I got into middle school, high school, and now college, I've been reading less and less, to the point where I now will hardly ever pick up a book for fun anymore. And I think that that's part of the reason why I've become just a less imaginative and enthusiastic person in general. And I think it's a big part of my life that's missing right now.